Welcome to Camila's late afternoon show. So here today we have a special guest, Sofia Ramirez. Let's give her a big applause. Good afternoon, Sofia. How are
Hi.
you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Well, good. So, Sofia, tell me about yourself.
So, well, right now I just founded a non-governmental organization which is called Fingerprints.
Oh, yeah, cool name. So, Sophia, if you could describe yourself in one word, which would it be?
Well, I think that I would use the word I'm very perseverant. Yeah, I like to try and try until I get things done.
That's good, that's good. So, tell me about your company.
Well, my company started off in Honduras. I am Honduran. And I founded it because I really want to help the people around. I want to improve the lower classes situation and status. Yes, I want to help the poor people in the rural areas especially. So I founded this, and it is composed of various like small organizations and places in which children go and they get fed, they get medical care, and we can find them a family. So it's basically starting, and they also get an education. It's basically starting with the young people in the country.
Wow, Sophia. Impressing. So, why did you decide to create this company specifically for helping people?
So I always wanted to help people. I always had the urge of helping, especially my country, because my country has it's a really nice country, but it also has its problems. So I wanted to make it better, and I know that people always say like, oh, Honduras is so violent and poor, but I really want to make that change because some people talk about it and they do not do anything about it. But I really want to make a change and help those people and let them know that they have an opportunity.
Nice. So, we will talk about your strengths. So, what factor about yourself helped you the best when making this decision?
I think it was determination, because without determination, I wouldn't have kept going and trying, because it was a long process of creating this organization. So I had to be really focused and determined to knowing what I really wanted and how I wanted it to happen. And the process of making it was really hard, but I was really determined to finish it, and I did.
That's super good. So, when did you realize you really had to use this characteristic of yourself?
Well, as I said before, it was really tough at the beginning. So I realized I was really determined when I pushed it, and I worked really hard, and I kept going even though everything was not going my way. So this is when I realized I had to be a determined person.
So, do you have another characteristic of yourself you had to make this thing happen?
I think that I also had to use teamwork. Yeah, teamwork played a really big part because I could not do this alone. I had to work with other people and trust other people.
That's true. So when did you realize that you really relied on other people and you thought it was really important to have this characteristic?
So since I was little, I always wanted to do things myself. I really didn't want anyone's help, and I like to have that feeling that I did it myself. But sometimes it comes to a point where you need other people, and when you want to do things so big like my dream had been, I realized that I can't do this alone and I can't manage everything, so I needed other people. I needed to work in my teamwork skills, and I did. I developed teamwork skills, and I think my team and I work really well with each other.
So when wanting to make your company bigger, what helped you?
I think it might have been integrity, because I stick well to what I believe in, and I don't let any other beliefs come in my way. So I have to stand firm in what I wanted, what I believed, and I did not let any other ideas or other people interfere in what I wanted and my beliefs.
So, what are some things you struggled with about your personality that affected the process of working with your company?
Well, I think that one of my weaknesses in this process was risk-taking. I'm not a risk-taker myself. I like to stay in the comfort zone. I think that, I don't know, maybe risk-taking makes things more complicated, more difficult, and you don't know what you're going to get. And I'm really organized, and I want everything to be in its place.
So, going back to your personality, what is your personality type?
My personality type is an ISFJ.
Can you please explain what that means?
So the first one is an I, which means I am introverted. So I don't get energy from other people. I tend to be okay with just being myself and sometimes I'm okay with being alone sometimes, and I like my time, my space, and actually I like being around people, but sometimes I'm really reserved. And the S means sensing, which means that I like facts. I don't like when people just make things up, or I don't believe anything. I like facts and knowing that something is right, statistics, etc. And the next one would be F, which is feeling. So mostly this means that I guide myself and what I think is right, not on what other people think, or sometimes some rules don't make sense to me. I just go with what I feel that is the right thing to do. And my last letter would be a J, which is judging. That means that I'm organized, I like order, I like everything to be in its place, and I don't like to improvise because I think that it might go wrong, and I liked everything meticulously in order.
Yes. I can see how your personality goes with your type of company, since it's to help people, and yes,
yeah, exactly.
it goes with it. So is there something that ticks you up about your job because of your personality?
Well, I think that I get stressed really easily, so that really plays a big part in how I run the company. Because when I get stressed, sometimes I just have emotional breakdowns. But I've been working on it. But I think it really bothers me being such a stressed person sometimes.
Yes, I can imagine. Do you think it is better for you to work with others because of your personality?
And sometimes I think it is, because I have realized that I cannot do things on my own. And since I like order and everything, I need other people to do it too, because one person alone cannot do everything orderly, so I do need other people.
So, do you think that your position in your current job goes with your personality?
Yes, I think it does, because I like to be on top of things, and I like everything to have order, and I like everything to go how I planned it. And I like to know what's happening in every section of my company.
I see that. So, do you get along with other colleges? Colleagues?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So yes, actually, there are other organizations that I've worked with, like CARE, Oxfam.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Yes, they're really good and they're really an inspiration for me. And I've worked with them to do various projects and to help me expand my organization.
So, would you consider yourself a good boss?
Well, I think that I may do a decent job, but I can do better. I can be less controlling and maybe take stress out, maybe be a little more calm.
So, what jobs do you think will not be for you, and why?
Maybe kind of, like being a lawyer, maybe, because I really don't. If I think that a rule is wrong, because when you're a lawyer, you have to go with what your client does. And if my client did something wrong and I have to defend that client, I wouldn't do it because I think that you have to have a little integrity, and I would stand with what I believe, and I think it would not go with what I believe in. So I think it would be a really tough job.
And it seems right since you're an F, so feeling man. So, what other jobs would be good for you?
I think maybe I would like to work in international organizations, maybe travel around the world, like working in the UN. I think I would really like that job because I like interacting with different cultures and working with other people to solve different problems.
Well, thank you, Sophia. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you. It was my pleasure too. Thank you for inviting me.
Please give a big round of applause for Sophia.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me. You're so much. No tenía que levantar, te quiero aceptar.